Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Progressive Discussions Live. I'm your host, James P. Madonna from Mega Life 21, and my co-host for this week on Progressive Discussions Live is the one and only progressive warrior extraordinaire, Mr. Mick Von Raven. How are you doing on this Black Friday blues weekend?
Very well. I've had all the turkey and stuffing I could stand for probably till next year.
Well, I have one of my all-time favorite leftovers, which would be cold turkey breast sandwiches with lots of black pepper and mayonnaise.
Yes, wasabi mayonnaise.
Oh yeah, the horseradish mayonnaise, the kind I like on rare roast beef sandwiches on nice rye bread.
Or a sourdough.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I know how to make a sourdough starter from scratch at home, but you have to keep it alive. You know, like kefir and everything. You gotta keep on feeding the yeast, the fungi,
the growth mechanism. Actually, Aldi has a very good sourdough bread I just picked up.
Not only does Aldi have a sourdough bread, but they have very, very good Indian naan, and I think it's NAAN, naan bread. They have a focaccia, whatever the fuck that Italian bread is called. They got a lot of stuff. I buy their 12-grain bread for our general bread needs here. The Aldi's 12-grain bread is excellent, and if you read the ingredients, can't go wrong. The ingredients are great. I buy the Aldi whole wheat flour tortillas to make wraps, and they have a spinach wrap they sell that's good. I buy the corn tortillas. I put them in the freezer. I get the what is that? Excellent coconut or mango ice cream bars. Try it.
I've had the coconut ones, and I think I got a variety pack with the mango.
They're very good. They're very good. Now, if your mouth is large enough, but it can't be because you're not Republican, you can put the coconut and mango bars together.
Oh, you look just like what they're doing at Washington right now. The lobbyists? Yes.
That's the lobbyists. All right.
Yes.
Okay. It's time for 7 lucky bells for this week's first Black Friday Blues Week show. And if you jabronis are wondering what that came from, bellhop. I'm going to start. Well, the theme of the show is net neutrality, but I'm going to start with a light monologue. Oh, by the way, everything we discuss on our show is part of our series, as far as politics goes, Capitalism in a Conch Shell. Soaking that conch energy from the briny deep. Yes, King Neptune. Yes, Davy Jones's locker is now a 5-star hotel large enough to accommodate all conservatives, and you wish they were all down there with you. Well, so do we, actually. Okay, King Neptune. I got to get back to Mick Von Raven. Oh, you love his name? Well, so do I. All right. Okay, that was King Neptune. Capitalism in a conch shell.
Cheers to him.
And I have the infamous levity bells when we say something funny, which is usually most of the time. These are old-fashioned jingle bells, as you can see. All right, now, monologue. You know, my sister must now, and she has a good job, must now pay in her career, so to speak. Let's see. She has, instead of 20% of her medical bills, she now has to pay 30% of her medical bills because her greedy insurance policy, the greedy insurance company CEO, decided to only pay 70% of her medical bills. How do you like that crap? Uh-oh. Something happened to Mick. Mick,
It's
Mick was
something. Apologies, sir. I'm with you all the way.
oh, I thought you slipped into another dimension or a parallel universe. Okay. So yeah, so my sister's insurance now only wants to pay 70% of her medical expenses instead of the usual 80%.
Well, just
Boy,
don't get sick. You know, she'll be just fine. Just don't ever get sick ever.
don't get sick because well, this is part of Republicans that have a habit of deregulating corporations. So they don't.
They're lobbyist friends.
Yes, they did not waste any time whatsoever deregulating corporations because the lobbyists are sent, the little baby whores are sent to Washington by the CEOs. I was watching CNN, okay, Anthony Bourdain shows on CNN, which I enjoy, and after Anthony Bourdain is Lisa Ling. You know, she's a Korean and she's getting older now, but she has a very well established show. Lisa Ling pissed me off because she was in Las Vegas, and what happened was Las Vegas kind of grew too fast. You know, they started building tens of thousands of these lovely homes with in-ground pools because of their anticipation of the resort industry in Las Vegas. You know, they started building resorts galore, not thinking that they're running out of water. So they started to build huge communities. I don't know where they expect to get all the water from to support these communities. But anyway.
Yeah, deserts don't typically have lots and lots of water.
Yeah, this is the Mojave Desert. There was nothing there at one time. Now, these homes are now foreclosed, empty, and boarded up. And what's happening is the poverty rate and homelessness rate has skyrocketed. And these homeless people are trespassing and occupying these boarded up, foreclosed homes. And they call the homeless people that do this squatters. You know, not that they're athletes and put a barbell on their back and squat. They're squatters, or neither do they take a dump that way. So, you know, of course, the guy from the real estate industry is all upset. He calls the cops, and granted, some of them are homeless, Mick, but then again, some of them are doing big time, you know, drug deals in these foreclosed homes. And they're using them for drug deals.
Drugs in Las Vegas? Never heard of it.
Yeah, in Las Vegas. This is happening in Las Vegas. And from what I hear in Los Angeles, you know, in the Hollywood area, homelessness has also skyrocketed. The automatic feature of every time a guest speaking, you're supposed to go full screen every time you speak. Well, it's not working. Maybe it's corporate sabotage. Who knows? Anyway, yeah, the Google fascists. So Lisa Ling and this real estate, not the real estate man, this other person who's in charge of trying to find jobs for these homeless former
drug dealers,
resort and casino employees that are now flat broke, and they're living amongst the shrubs in the Mojave Desert alongside the highway where there's vegetation.
So many shrubs.
Yeah, they made their home as homeless people amongst the shrubs. And Lisa Ling asks a very stupid, asinine, right-wing question to the homeless gentleman. She says, so how many interviews have you been on recently? Are you actively seeking work at this time? Sounds like a real right-wing Republican government thing comment. How many interviews? Oh yeah, this homeless guy. Where is he supposed to get all cleaned up and shaven and dressed nice for an interview? He's living amongst the sagebrush or whatever, creosote bush of the Mojave Desert. Oh yeah. Oh, wait a minute, Lisa Ling. Let me enter my my lovely desert bathroom and take a shower and shave and brush my hair and put on a nice, you know, maybe shirt and tie. What a stupid fucking question, Lisa Ling.
Among the cacti, I'm sure he's got a lot of things he could do there.
Oh yeah, you know,
It's 4 o'clock.
you can rub some tumbleweed on your body to clean up, or you know, wipe your ass with a freaking cactus, or
Yeah.
I mean, this sounds like a typical right-wing person who has a lot of money, fame, and fortune, and honestly doesn't really care, because if she really cared, she wouldn't ask such a stupid-ass question.
She'd come up with more of a solution than a question. The guy's he needs help, not questions on when's the last time he did an interview.
Well, yeah, how
can he help you? Where can you go for help? What can be done? Is a little more in line with someone that's homeless.
Yeah. You actively seeking work? Oh yeah, oh yeah. He's actively seeking work, looking like a damn vagabond.
Yeah.
Smart question, Lisa Ling. What a stupid bitch. I mean, seriously. Now, net neutrality. This is very important because
it's the final frontier, James.
Because you know the fascists, the right-wing corporate oligarch fascists, they are chipping away at our United States Constitution and the First Amendment, and controlling journalism and taking away we the people's right to receive the real hard-hitting truth, real news. It's being taken away. And this article here is apparently the first Republican lawmaker to oppose the FCC's attack on net neutrality. Senator Sue Collins, okay, the internet providers must not manage their system in an anti-competitive way that limits consumers' choices. Okay, and she goes on. She's from the state of Maine, I believe. ME is Maine, and she's no maniac because she's, you know, she's right on target. I mean, this is freedom of speech. This is free journalism. You know, this is the underground media. Is where we have been getting the real truth. The underground media, you know, and it's not going to come from the mainstream media.
Too much sponsorship, too many loopholes for the truth to fall through.
Yeah, well, look, during the 2016 Democratic primaries, even a supposed progressive like Anderson Cooper was busting Bernie Sanders' balls in his questioning. So, you know, how progressive can, what's it, Rachel Maddow? What the fuck is it?
Yes, Rachel Maddow.
Rachel Maddow, you know, MSNBC, all that. They all have moved from left to center because they might have received the riot act from the big boys running the networks. You know, and the underground media, like the Bernie Sanders Facebook page and the United States Democratic Socialism page and all the progressive warrior pages. Well, you could say you're progressive, but a proactive progressive warrior is someone who protests and votes at every major election, you know, not just somebody who sounds brilliant on social media, someone who actually does things like yourself. You're a tremendous contributor to the Progressive Discussions Facebook page, the most proactive progressive warrior administrator that I have ever seen.
Thank you. Well, I've paid the price by going to Facebook prison. 7-day stints, 3 in a row.
Well, you were unfairly, you were involved in a Facebook prison revolving door.
Well, it's going on again. Just all of a sudden, 7 days. 7 days of no posting in groups, no joining groups, and I'm not even rushing.
Isn't that something that they banned me for 7 days, and they didn't even tell me why? The Facebook main office.
They don't tell you ever. You ask. There's no. Well, off topic, but yes, I love to just share what I think the world needs to see on our Progressive Discussage page.
Well, you know what? That's why I created that. I call it a back burner website, whose servers are in the United Kingdom. I try not to put all my eggs in one basket, and I'm very happy that we have much more freedom on a Facebook page than we do in groups, because groups,
forget it.
You have to walk on eggshells in groups, for God's sakes. My God.
Everyone is going to cry about your post and report it without even consulting you and saying, hey, maybe you could take this down, or, you know, it's offending me. Can I delete this? They just report you. They don't even know who you are. They don't even know what you stand for.
Like a bunch of whiny babies.
Yeah, I've had people tell me they're going to report me. That's my favorite. I'm going to report this. Congratulations.
Right. Like the time I put up, the time I lost one of my groups to Sasha Boyle, who never bothered to reinstate me, just for posting
Link.
WWE Hall of Famer Ric Flair's daughter's photos. I mean, if you're offended, I know who did it. He was a Hillary Clinton supporting neoliberal, and he just ratted on me because he claimed it was like smart. All it was nudity. You know, there were nude selfies by Charlotte Flair, who's actually whose real name is Ashley, and it wasn't pornography. And he just ratted me out. I think his name was Tom Nolan, and he's a Hillary Clinton carpet muncher, you know, and yeah, neoliberal, and they're like that, you know. They believe in giving groups of people special treatment. They believe in they're Pollyannas. They're sycophants. You know, they blow smoke. They'd like to blow sunshine up your ass and pat. You know, there's nothing more nauseating than a social media group where everyone constantly pats each other on the back and tells everyone else what they want to hear.
Isn't that called Congress?
Congress is right. Hey, this is my lucky blackthorn shillelagh imported from Ireland, and here's the shamrock of authenticity. And yes, it is very hard, and it is both lucky and a formidable weapon for cracking right-wing teabaggers,
numbskulls,
to de-numbskullize them, to knock sense into their heads, and it is quite hard wood.
Hitting them on the head with you, shillelagh.
Ah, where's me gold, me lucky charms?
I begorra.
Faith and Begorra. What is a Begorra? Is that a dirty word?
I don't know. I'm not Celtic in any way. I love the language.
Celtic. I know Chicago not only has the largest Polish population, but they have quite a large Irish population.
And some Italians.
Well, Al Capone is from Chicago.
Yeah.
Do not mistaken my kindness for weakness is the most famous thing Al Capone ever said, which it still holds true today. Do not mistaken my kindness for weakness. And a lot of people do that, you know, but...
net neutrality has been going on for what, since 93, 2?
They've been knocking away at net neutrality probably just as long as Donald Trump was claiming Barack Obama was born in Kenya.
Yeah, I mean, if they take away net neutrality, we won't even be able to broadcast like this.
No, we wouldn't be able to we'll be waxing the shillelagh every evening. Yeah, hold on, we'll be waxing the shillelagh. What would we do if we didn't have
freedom
and broadcasting and reading the real hard-hitting truth? I'm reading it and viewing it, no less.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we take for granted that can be taken away in the blink of an eye.
That's right. That's right. And it's really sad. And it all started from the general population, mainstream America, deciding not to vote this past election. I think it was 63% did not vote of the Joe Sixpack mainstream Americans. And when every vote not cast is a vote for a Republican, because all the nuts, they vote.
Oh, yeah.
They make it their business to show up at the polls. You know what I mean? And that's how Donald Trump got elected, because 63% of your average American did not bother to vote. To me, it's selfishness. It could be hedonistic. You know how many people tell me they just want to party and politics bores them? Well, guess what? Politics affects every aspect of your miserable, selfish, hedonistic lives.
Well, it's some malice involved. There's malice involved when people don't vote.
Well, they're not spiting. They're not spiting the system. They're spiting themselves.
Well, I think that people that did vote have a little bit of buyer's remorse. This clown can't make it for a second term. There's no possible way, I hope.
Well, the old saying is they're cutting their noses off to spite their face. You know, I mean, look, you didn't really have to vote for the lesser of the two evils. You know, Bernie Sanders got screwed in a rigged primary, but you could have all wrote in Bernie Sanders anyway. You know, I mean, look at the legions that showed up at his rallies compared to the other candidates. I mean,
compared to the inauguration of the president, there was more people at Bernie rallies than his inauguration.
Yeah, but I do want to salute the hard work put forth by the Our Revolution organization, Jeff Weaver and Bernie Sanders, and they have live stream videos as well. And many, this past November 2017, many progressive candidates nationwide have won their elections, including New Jersey. We now have he seems progressive, Phil Murphy. Mr. Governor Murphy wants to legalize recreational marijuana as one of his first projects.
A lot of money in that.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, across the board.
Hand over fist, they'll be breaking in the dough.
Yeah. Hey, you know, I'm surprised. I thought really Vermont was going to be the first progressive state to legalize prostitution and marijuana. Because they have all these organic farms, you know, and Ben and Jerry ice cream, and Jerry Garcia used to hang out there in Vermont and all this. I thought they were going to be the first, but then they weren't. It's Colorado, Oregon, and Washington State. And my friend Natalia, she says it's legal to purchase dark chocolates with a decent amount of cannabis extract inside. You know, it's 18. Yeah, it's $18 for 21 pieces.
Where at?
California. She showed me the company. I posted it. I posted it on Holistic Health Talk. I posted the actual packaging with all the detail. Actually, I'll put your name under it so you can see it. It's it has a therapeutic, medicinal, decent amount of cannabis extract per wedge. The wedges are triangular. I don't know why. Maybe they figure it's a pyramid. It's more power in it. But you know, who knows? But it's $18 for 21 segments. and they work, and you get the feel, you get the relaxing, tranquilizing sensation for about 8 hours.
Mesmerizing.
She told me it blows away Xanax and Klonopin and all those psych drugs. Blows them all away.
And it's all natural.
All natural and ideal. Hold on, I got to do the shillelagh. And ideal for cancer patients.
Yes.
Wow, look how big the shillelagh gets when we get close to the freaking. Oh man, wouldn't it be great to conk Paul Ryan on the old noggin?
Mitch McConnell.
Or the turtle, ugly old turtle face that keeps on getting reelected by a bunch of inbred retards in Kentucky.
Yeah.
The turtle face bitch McConnell. Look at it. I was given this for free by an Irish importer because I said I would promote them on my show, and they sent it to me.
Nice.
Yeah, you know what? It's probably going to last for generations. I think I'm going to try to crack some walnuts this Christmas season. Some it's a great nutcracker.
Nice.
As well as conservative cracker. You know, speaking of crackers, people don't realize that the Dixiecrats were the racist Democrats back in the early 60s that fought the civil rights movement, like George Wallace. And as soon as the civil rights laws were put into effect, they jumped ship and they became Republicans. So the Southern, the evil Southern Republicans that we know today were the Dixiecrats.
Democratic roots, eh? Like Trump.
Yeah, yeah. Also, you know, I mean, there's a lot of stupid things that happen in American history. Of course, you have the horrible corruption of the Industrial Revolution with J.P. Morgan and Carnegie and all them greedy bastards that had child labor.
They had it here in Chicago, Pullman. Yeah, they had a lot of that.
Yeah, I think Carnegie was a Scottish man that started United States Steel Industry in Pittsburgh. I believe that was the documentary on it. The most ridiculous thing of all time law was prohibition. I mean, how evangelical, zealot, religious freak can you get to ban people from drinking fermented beverages? They've been doing it for tens of thousands of years. People have been making hard liquor for tens of thousands of years. And, you know, they're busting moonshiners. There's a reality show on Discovery called Moonshiner. And the ABC cops are out there, you know, they can't look for the big kingpins and the real big criminals out there. Oh, no, they got to bust these poor souls making moonshine in the forest, you know, which is homemade bourbon, more or less. It's corn whiskey. Big fucking deal. Why don't you grow some balls, ABC cops, and go after real kingpin crooks?
Well, you know, they still make liquor illegal in many of those southern counties. Speaking of Kentucky, many of them are completely dry still to this frickin' day.
Really? Well, yeah. Well, these moonshiners were in the Carolinas, and they know all the tricks. First trick, they know where to hide the good moonshine. They hide it not where they make it, but they hide it in between crops of someone's farm, where, you know, drones can't really see it. And they also, another rule is you never sell the good stuff to a total stranger. It has to be a friend of a friend that you trust. It has to be a recommendation, word of mouth recommendation. You don't meet someone blindly, a total stranger, and sell them your good moonshine. You know what I mean? They know all the tricks, but they shouldn't have to deal with these tricks and sneaking around, because it's something that humans have been doing for for tens of thousands of years making fermented beverages.
A lot of traditions are still around, yet always illegal.
Yeah, remember the stupid movie Reefer Madness back in the day? That's another right-wing evangelical bullshit.
You'll kill on weed, of course you will.
Reefer Madness. Come on. Yeah, oh, the marijuana leads to worse things. No. The truth is, it's like with prostitution. The politicians are not making money off of it.
Well, the only thing that leads to other things are prescription drugs.
Yeah, because you have symptoms. You know,
Ambien, it's a crock of shit.
Symptoms. Then you're given more prescription drugs to cover the symptoms. Hey, my doctor is nagging me to get the flu shot. There's no way in hell I'm getting the flu
You
shot.
don't need the flu shot. That's a crock.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Lipitor. It'll cause Parkinson's disease. It'll destroy coenzyme Q10 in your brain. My doctor's like telling me, "Are you taking your Lipitor?" I go, "No, I'm not taking my Lipitor. I'm taking mega omega-3 fish oils and chromium picolinate and a whole bunch of other good stuff. But I'm not going to take something that might cause Parkinson's disease."
Well, I saw a very good post of someone, doctors should have all their sponsors on their schmucks, like race car drivers. We know what their agenda is.
Yeah, remember the banner of the United States Congress having the race car, the stock car jackets? Whatever, or NASCAR jackets with all the sponsors all over it?
Yeah, doctors should be doing that so we know exactly what they're really all about.
They must be getting a commission off of...
They are, definitely. The more people they get on, the more perks they get from the drug companies. They don't want cures, they want patients.
Right, but the little thug, they'll lock you up and throw away the key. But the fat cats, they won't see the inside of a prison cell.
But they're making everyday drugs super expensive whenever they want to. They're not being very reasonable.
Hey, you remember how the Republicans got so pissed off that people were driving to Mexico and Canada to get their prescription drugs?
Yeah, their buddies weren't getting their kickbacks.
Oh, yeah, like someone should pay like an astronomical amount just for one tablet.
Yeah, that's insane.
Sure. I mean, they want Americans to be brainwashed lemmings, marching in lockstep. They don't want you to be an independent, critical, free thinker at all. And they just want a bunch of puppets, you know, and net neutrality, amongst other anti-First Amendment laws, and you can throw in other stupid laws that have pleasant, positive names like the right to work. The right to work. The right to work as a slave, you mean? See, the disclaimer, the right to work. Or the clean, what is it called? The Clear Skies Amendment? The Clear Skies Amendment, the right to work. Oh, my God.
I've heard of the Clean Air Amendment. I have not heard of the Clear Skies Amendment. What?
It could be clean air or clear skies. It allows big oil and
Pollute.
everyone else to pollute. Yeah. In other words, when you see the pollution and you breathe it in, make believe you're in a fantasy world where everything's pure and clean. Maybe that's what they mean by that. But oh, speaking of your state, you ever notice how you have a wonderful progressive state like Minnesota, which is doing fantastic with their governor, and then right next to it you got Wisconsin, which has right-wingers in Washington, a right-wing governor, and right-wing people that were attacking Bernie Sanders during the primaries. You know, I mean, you would think they would take lessons from their neighbor, Minnesota.
No, not even one inkling of the same kind of thinking.
Yeah, like Evelyn Pringles from Green Bay, but she posts a lot of pro-Trump articles, And there are other people that, when Bernie Sanders was in Wisconsin, or that were attacking Bernie Sanders' idea for free public college and a universal single payer health care. And these are Wisconsin people that were attacking him. Meanwhile, they don't have a pot to piss in. The old bag was living on a fixed income that was attacking Sanders. And they're right next to a state that has proven that the democratic socialist way is the most prosperous, ideal system. You know?
Yeah, well, the state I live in right now is a place that many people are moving out of because of the economy and the way the laws are going. It used to be a great place to live. It's not so much anymore.
Well, what's got to happen is, what's happening probably is Chicago has probably lost a great deal of their tourism. Number one, because of crime. What the governor has to do is grow a pair of balls and do what they did in Florida when the big Caribbean kingpins were threatening judges. He had the U.S. Marshals and, if need be, the National Guard go in and say to the kingpins, leave Florida as soon as possible because we're coming in to kill yous. We're coming in with both barrels blasting. Leave at once, as soon as they started threatening judges, you know. And it worked. And it worked. So Chicago needs the U.S. Marshals and possibly the National Guard, and have the Illinois State Troopers take the place like they did in I don't know if they did it in New Jersey. We have some bad cities here too, Camden and Patterson and Atlantic City, and you know, have the Illinois State Troopers take over for the Chicago police, or at least supplement the Chicago police, or
Yeah,
clean them up. You know,
Chicago Police Union won't allow that.
no, but the governor could say, "Screw you! We're going to clean house, brother. We're going to clean up Chicago once and for all."
I'm not sure he's the right guy to do it. He's a right winger.
You don't have the gonads to do that, probably, right?
No, he's a right winger. He's not very progressive.
Yeah, but you would think right wingers are always tough on crime and all
He
that.
wants to eliminate all the unions. He attaches all of his laws with getting rid of unions. I'm not in a union, but I believe people have a right to be in one or not be in one.
Yes, some unions, when you pay your dues, you get doo-doo in return.
Yeah, I know.
Some unions, they go to bat for you. Other unions, you know, I've had a union job where the delegate would come by every now and then. He'd have expensive custom-made suit on. He'd have diamonds and gold watch, and all he did was go around and tell jokes and flirt with the girls. And then when you tell him about a problem, he go, "Oh, excuse me, I gotta run." And take off. Well, I found out he was making $80 grand a year.
Doing nothing.
He was the delegate. He was very delicate in his delicate in his delegating duties. You know, hold on. We need a little levity, bells. Hail Krampus, my mentor.
Hail Krampus.
But speaking of Black Friday blues, I got to tell you what happened to me. Right now, every Friday, I go to this great lunch buffet by me. You know, the owner is a chef, this Middle Eastern guy. When you get fish, when he puts out the big slabs of broiled codfish, it's not frozen fish, it's fresh. So anyway, I'm pigging out, right? But so I went Black Friday, forgetting all about that it was Black Friday, right? And I had a hard time getting parking, of course, because there's a Walmart in the mall where the buffet is. And there's a 24-hour, it's called 24-hour gym. It's a chain. I think it's nationwide. Anyway, I got lucky. I found a spot by Walmart. This woman, these people, this fat ass woman with her basket loaded. She was taking her sweet ass time walking right in the middle of the parking lot, not even going to the side to let cars go by. She was just waddling along, and I had to blow the horn at her and say, "Oh, can I clear all the cars out of the parking lot so you can possibly have the entire lot to push your basket?" You know, it's like, and then people from other parts of the country tell me how they try to cut ahead in line, and you know, they go through the motions. It's the same shit every year. It's like brainwashed, you know, like the banner we had up there in progressive discussions. I will buy. I won't question anything. I will. Is that? Yeah. Now that was just our one of our office workers asking me a question. Yes. What time is it?
Is it all right if I go home for the day?
Oh, you can go home for the day.
Thank you,
You
sir.
go home early. I will give you an extra Christmas bonus.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. What, bourbon?
No.
You want a glass of bourbon?
Yes. Oh, your other assistant is clocking out at 6.
Oh yeah, that I know. I got my eyes right on the clock.
Okay. Yeah.
You want bourbon? No, you don't want it. You don't want to end up. Okay.
Patron. Goodbye.
That's my lovely hotel bell.
I want a Trump Teddy. Goodbye.
Oh, Trumpy bear. Oh. Speaking of, thank you for reminding me. Mick, have you seen that retarded infomercial called Trumpy Bear?
Luckily,
Oh, I posted it on my page. Oh man, it's gonna piss you off. It's gonna make you laugh all at the same time. It's called Trumpy Bear. It's a teddy bear with a red tie and the Donald Trump hair, orange hair, for $40.
so it's not an orangutan, it's a doll.
It's called Trumpy Bear. It's an infomercial.
Oh, good gravy.
Good gravy is putting it mildly. Wait till you see it. And wait until you see the rednecks that are saying, "I love my Trumpy Bear. I goes everywhere with my Trumpy Bear."
Well, did you pick yourself up a new flat screen TV and maybe a car yesterday? Get a car on Black
I got a big ass flat screen, and I also have, thanks to my near dear friend, I have Netflix on it too. I've been watching all kinds of Exorcist movies, and I watched the Wild Bill Hickok.
Nice.
It's called Hickok. A great Western.
Friday, pick up another one for no reason, just because it's on sale. Get a car. Get your sibling or your wife or friend a car. Here's a car. Yeah, it's just such a crock of shit.
I have, well, they call it a smart TV. And I have, what did I see? King Arthur last night. I think tonight I will watch one of the new Kung Fu movies. There's a whole bunch of them. Jackie Chan's in one, but he does too much comedy. I want to see hardcore Kung Fu, you know?
Well, that's Bruce Lee was the king. There's not many that replaced him.
Jet Li is pretty good.
He retired from those, so
yeah, he's a serious fighter. And remember the old guy from the old Kung Fu movies when Jackie Chan was young and he had like white hair and a long white beard?
yeah.
He's the best fighter. That guy was great. And then there was the muscle-bound Asian guy. I forgot his name, but he retired. He of course, you know, he was juicing it because he lost. he kind of got deflated, you know. But anyway, Black Friday blues. Yes, people are brainwashed. They're lemmings. They go through the motions. They don't really have any special holiday spirit. They just, I don't know what they are.
Well, the Black Friday sales is a lot of fluff. There's not a lot of substance to it. I don't need a new television. I don't need a new car. You know, they try to fool you into thinking there's some great bargain. It's a crock.
Well, they jack up the regular retail selling price.
So they can lower it a little bit and make it look like a deal.
And then oh, by the way, it's working. The back and forth automatic by Google, I don't have to switch manually. Thank you, Google. Finally, it kicks in.
Let there be light. It's getting dark here.
Yeah. I have enough illumination, right? I'm not that dark here.
I was in the daytime when we started talking, and it just rapidly got dark.
I buy. I go to Walmart and I get the 60-watt LED daylight bulbs.
Nice.
And the plants love them, and the electric bill hates them, and they're great. They stay cool, you know, to the touch. Speaking of touch, you know, all these sexual harassment articles on the internet.
Next, by the way, who's next? Which person this week copped a feel? I mean, there's like a million of them.
Hey, didn't Bugs Bunny like harass a lot of people?
23 years ago.
He kissed everybody on the mouth.
Yes, they're coming out now.
He's a harasser. What about Frank Costanza? Stop short.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop short. I mean, you know, I mean, you know what it is? I think it's neoliberal political correctness by man-hating lesbians that do not want to see heterosexual men and women hook up, get together, and be happy. That's my take on it.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel bad for victims, but
real victims.
Victims.
Here's my take on it. Get it? Take.
23 years later, I mean, is it real or is it Memorex? I don't know.
I don't know. It's like there should be a statute of limitations on any kind of a lawsuit. I mean, and hey, what about sour grapes? What if a woman was scorned by someone and the someone became rich and famous? All of a sudden, she has a lawsuit.
It's hard to find the truth in a lot of those cases. It really is.
She could be disgruntled. I like that word, disgruntled.
The guy could be just a creep, like Louis C.K.
Well, they say Joe Biden likes to, you know, put his hands on youngins a little too much. You know what? There's a lot of underground things going on that are evil and perverted. I believe the oligarch is part of some kind of a satanic cult. Now, you've heard of the Bohemian Grove in Northern California in the forest, and there's some Satan statues down south erected. I don't know if it's Alabama or now there's kidnapping going on. There's a perverted Hollywood pedophilia underground stuff going on. But you know what bothers me, Mick? Everything's under investigation for months and months and months and months and months and months, and sometimes years.
Yeah, the casting couch has come to light finally.
The casting couch has been around for many decades, but the person had the right to say yes and no. In other words, they were not minors. They were adults that chose to lie on the casting couch or not to lie. You know, these lesbians, these man-hating carpet munchers, they say that the women of porn are victims. How do they know the women of porn don't enjoy the sex like an nymphomaniac or do it for the money? Maybe they enjoy the money. What do you mean? It's not forced on them. They're not raped. They answer an ad and they go and they get whatever they get. I hear they get $3,000 and the guy gets just a couple $100. But you know, I don't want to digress. But yeah, but men are a dime a dozen in porn. You know, but the women are not.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, there's a whole line like motor vehicles waiting to audition. You know, and then you got the fluff girls and the fluffer nutters and the marshmallow fluff but the point is I think Chatsworth, California used to be the mecca for that industry. But the point is these are adults that are not raped and forced.
Yeah, the pedophiles of Hollywood that are forced into it.
Right. There's a big difference between pedophile with a minor and an adult who chooses to lie on the casting couch or who chooses a career in pornography.
Consenting adult consenting to it, yes.
Consenting adult. Oh, wait a minute. Something happened to your T-shirt? It looks different. Is it the same one?
Yeah, I didn't change.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. I only saw the top. Oh, okay. Oh, but anyway,
Rest of it.
yeah. Oh, there you go. There you go. But look, how many pages do you have so far? Because I know you have a whole bunch of groups and things going on. You personally, like how many groups and pages you own?
I own 6 pages. I have 20 groups.
Wow.
I mean, hundreds of groups, but I want to mention something funny. All of a sudden, Facebook notified me, would you like to publish your page? Your page's unpublished. Since when was it unpublished?
Unpublished?
And then they have some settings on there where anyone can post to your page. Visitors. I deleted, I changed that. I don't want people posting to the page. It's our page. They could send us a message.
Okay, so you want to keep your groups
pages,
not public, but private.
Well, are we talking about groups or pages?
Well, groups can be closed groups or public groups.
Groups, I do mostly closed, some are public, but I'm referring to pages. All of a sudden, there's a setting on pages where it says anybody can post to this page. I never saw it before. They added it, I believe.
I don't like that. What if a bunch of zealot evangelical?
I adjusted it on our page. I adjusted it that no, they cannot.
Now, now what about our moderators? You know,
they can do anything. They can do certain things, but they can't remove you or I as an admin.
No, because they're moderators.
They can post under the page, but the guise of this button or whatever you want to call it rule was that any Tom, Dick, or Harry could post on your page that wasn't part of it.
Yeah, that's not good at all because
I went into every page that I have, including the one you and I work on, and changed that setting. I don't know how it happened. Just like one page, I have this thing called unofficial AC/DC Australian CDs that a friend created and made me an admin. And Malcolm Young just died. Oh, this page is unpublished. Since when? It really ticked me off.
There's a lot of chicanery going on, whether you call it hacking or not. A lot of mysterious things happen to me on social media, but they all happen on Facebook.
Facebook is like the low level of all social media. The thing that I don't understand is, I guess it's all money-based. So if you're a money-based Russian, you could do whatever the fuck you want. But if it's just you and me, we get thrown in Facebook prison every other day just for the fuck of it.
Well, I mean, any sleazy person slithering from under a rock utilizes Facebook. I mean, any scammer, any hacker, even prostitutes advertise. But I just want to tell people that the second in command, the assistant management on a page, I believe is called an editor. And on groups, they are moderators.
Exactly.
But they're the same. They're the same rank. They're the same rank. But usually I like editors and moderators that are proactive on the pages and groups, people who contribute.
If they don't belong there.
That you must contribute. I don't want like if this shillelagh was on a shelf collecting dust for years and I didn't swing it around. That's not the kind of monitor or editor I really want. I want people to contribute,
Exactly.
Oh, what was that? We have somebody. Oh, we have a viewer. I heard a tone. I don't know if that was.
It was on my computer. Apologies.
Oh, okay.
Notified when I get an email.
Yeah. But anyway, we could write a book and do a talk show, which I don't think deserves our time. All about the sleaziness of Facebook. I don't see anything on my Twitter channel negative happening. I don't see anything on my Facebook, on my YouTube, Google channel happening that's negative.
Same thing on Tumblr. There's no negative.
I used to have a Tumblr account years ago, but I didn't think it was fair that my visitors have to scroll all the way down. You didn't have like links, you know, you couldn't put things in albums. You know, it was like one continuous super long scroll vertically all the way down.
Similar to Twitter.
Yeah, well, Twitter increased the number of characters they allow out here.
Well, the thing about Twitter and Tumblr, they're a lot more freer than Facebook will ever be.
Oh, Tumblr is. Oh, are you kidding? They allow nudity. They allow
Love it. They love the human body on Tumblr.
they will not boot you off of Tumblr for
You'll get kudos, man. You'll get a thank you. It's, you know, they're not. There's no Facebook's community standards with, you know, drawing you back on Tumblr.
What about Instagram? Is kind of like,
No, they won't allow anything. They're like Facebook Junior.
they're puritanical, prissy, prudish. Yeah.
They notify you people are going live that you don't even know. Who cares? They want you. That's how somebody probably paid to boost it, maybe $30. That's hilarious. $30.
All the infamous Facebook boost. For $10, everything you upload can be boosted.
It
Hey,
was 30. 30 is the new price.
let me tell you something.
For a high performing ad, they'll email you. They'll let you know it's high performing.
Listen, Zuckerberg doesn't own 700 acres on a Hawaiian island for nothing.
Yeah.
He really needs, by the way, he wants the whole island. So he's trying to kick off.
Isn't he?
He's trying to kick off native Hawaiians from that island. So, because 700 acres is not enough for his scrawny little body and his little Asian wife. Oh no, that's not. 700 acres is not enough space for Zuckerberg. Oh no, he wants the whole island.
He'll probably get it too.
Yeah, because his ego is on his nose.
Yeah.
His proboscis, you know. But anyway, yeah. Black Friday Blues weekend. This was a great show, and I'm sure every weekend until the fake, phony pagan Christmas. You know, happy Yule.
Christ was born for real. You know that, don't you?
Happy Yule time. What is that? A happy winter solstice Yule. Jesus was not born in December. That's all I have.
He was not.
He was not. And so listen, Mick, I got to run, and I want to thank you very much for filling in for the Reverend Dr. William J. Eisenman.
Give him my best wishes to a full recovery.
I will, and I thank you again. Oh, I went blurry. Oh, okay. I'll talk to you soon, and I thank you again profusely.
No problem at all, brother.
All right.
Come on.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.